BBC presenter Martine Croxall has found herself at the centre of a media storm, and frankly, it's time she jumped ship. After being publicly rebuked by her own bosses for saying women instead of pregnant people live on air, it's clear the broadcaster no longer knows what to do with her. In June, the veteran newsreader sparked outrage and applause in equal measure when she altered a script while introducing a segment about heatwave risks for expectant mothers. Rather than reading the autocue verbatim, she changed the phrase pregnant people to women, and added what the BBC's own watchdog later called a facial expression that laid it open to interpretation that it indicated a particular viewpoint. The BBC's Executive Complaints Unit upheld complaints against Croxall, concluding she had breached editorial guidelines by appearing to express an opinion on a controversial issue. In its ruling, the ECU said, the phrasing and delivery of the introduction had the potential to be interpreted as indicating a personal view, which was not consistent with the requirements of due impartiality. To some, that sounds like a fair call. But to many others, including Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling, who branded Croxall her new favourite BBC presenter, it feels like yet another sign that the corporation has lost its backbone. Rowling wrote on X, at this point, saying women on the BBC feels like an act of rebellion. Martine Croxall did nothing wrong. The controversy hasn't stopped there. A leaked internal memo claimed the BBC's internal LGBT group has been exercising effective censorship over how gender identity issues are covered, accusing the network of promoting a single narrative. It's all part of a bigger problem. A broadcaster terrified of offending anyone, even at the expense of common sense. And that's why, for Croxall, this might be the perfect time to move on. At 56, she's a seasoned journalist with decades of experience and an instantly recognizable face. GB News and Talk TV, both of which pride themselves on unfiltered debate, should jump at the chance. Landing Croxall would be a huge win for either network. The BBC insists the decision wasn't disciplinary, but the message is clear: stay in line, or risk being next. With the public split over the issue and her own star rising, Croxall has become the face of a culture clash inside Britain's biggest broadcaster. And while the BBC ties itself in knots trying to police pronouns, rival networks are busy hiring personalities who aren't afraid to speak their minds. If Martine Croxall decides to walk, and who could blame her, Talk TV or GB News will be lucky to have her.